Last week, we discussed folklore. Today, we get more specific. This is what we call an urban legend. Contemporary folklore passed on as a true story. Something you might have heard about mixing Pop Rocks and soda.
Supposedly, your stomach and your intestines burst.
Voila, still alive. Mr. Brooks, please.
He's gonna explode! Somebody call 911!
They are the legends we've all heard.
Gang members drive around at night with their headlights off. And when someone goes to flash from their high beams to warn them, they kill them.
The stories we've all told.
Guy and a girl, and they're parked out in the woods. The guy steps out, and the girl starts to hear these scratching noises. It's her dead boyfriend hung from a tree.
The tales we've all listened to.
Isn't there another story about a guy with an axe hiding in a woman's back seat?
My mom still checks the back seat before getting into a car.
But just because it never happened doesn't mean it never will.
The decapitated body was found in her car.
I knew I should have gone to NYU.
This girl, she could have been any one of us.
What if there is a lunatic on campus?
What is he gonna do next, huh? Maybe put spider eggs in bubble gum?
The idea of an urban legend serial killer. It's a stretch.
The call's coming from inside the house.
Could it be an urban legend?
Something I can help you with.
I want to know what's going on here.
Someone out there is taking all these urban legends and making them reality.
Urban legend.
Have you heard the one about the microwave?
In this episode of the Red Eye Report, we discuss urban legends. We get blue in the face with The Wolf, and as usual, we search for gay porn audio while our parents try to discern how our day went. Awkward.
Don't bring back the memories.
Speaking of
is that
gay
not
porn,
how y'all spend your Saturday nights?
See, that's how Oracle does. Speaking of gay porn, with me this week is the Ashtray. His recent foray into adult gymnastics has been a real treat for the people in his class. The rampant whiskey and weed smells mixed with farts and self-pity is frankly becoming a little too much for the soccer moms that have to occupy the same space as him. And believe us, it's a smell only a Tootsie could love.
God. And they hate when my left testicle just drops out the shoulder.
Ah, good God. Next to him is the fluffy teddy bear. What's a testicle, by the way? Recently, Teddy found out that the outgoing CEO of McDonald's was black, which honestly gave him hope for the future. I mean, maybe Teddy can run a company too. Maybe not as big as Mickey D's, but like a Hooters or an Olive Garden or something. Also, he can't jump. Then there's the all-seeing Oracle. Oracle has started to do some game reviews for us here at the Red Eye Report. He's got a few under his belt, and he'll be talking more about those later. So make sure you catch up on them, because this new one, Sleeping Dogs, is going to be a doozy. Oracle's taking a page out of Benedict Cumberbatch's playbook and going full fucking racist.
Never go full racist.
Yeah, well, you did. He refers to Asians in the game as slopes, chinks, and a few times, math teachers. And I'm not really sure how that's an insult, but hey, colored really isn't either. Last and least, I'm the Mystic, and I only have one thing that I would like to say. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And this is the Red Eye Report.
Nice. Hey, man, the judge said if you say that, you get fined, too, so.
Yeah, you can't catch a ball. They'll fine you for that.
Well, I can catch a ball right to the chin. Did I say that?
No, you'd have chin.
Better watch out for my left one.
All right,
Okay,
so we're talking tonight about urban legends, and we don't mean the shitty movie that was made in the late 90s. Or was that the early 2000s? I don't even know.
I think it was early 2000s, wasn't it?
It doesn't matter. It was a shitty movie.
It doesn't matter. So who was talking about urban legends and why they exist? There's no name on there. I'm just asking.
I have no idea.
Who amongst us?
Who amongst us is talking?
Yeah, who brought this topic up? Because
I thought
Ashtray
it was Ashtray.
drinking.
No, I think
You're always drinking, though.
Well,
So
that's
anyway.
also the answer to all my problems.
So anyway, I'll just talk about it. Urban legends are we've all heard them, like from have your parents check your candy at Halloween, or to the guy with the hook, or
that guy with the hook.
Yeah, the dude with the hook, or the babysitter who's alone with the kids, and the guy calls from in the house. He's in the house. Yes. But folklorists all have their own definitions of what makes an urban legend. But academics, they basically, it's word of mouth. It's a more which we are an oral species. You know what I mean? No other species has concepts like this. It's not like fucking deer are like, oh shit, there's just a fucking, like.
We'll give you the myth about the two bright lights in the night. Watch out.
Right. But
maybe they should fucking start. Solve a lot of problems for both.
And in my opinion, it's honestly, it's just gullibility. Like, some of these are just outrageous. You know what I mean? Like who the fuck first off came up with
they're outrageous, but some of them, like, they have just enough plausibility.
Right, yeah.
But mixed with the horrors of some real tragedies in life that's like,
right.
Oh.
Well,
so I guess Oracle, we'll just have Oracle started out. I mean,
the Crips and the Bloods put those
kind of know why they
Halloween
exist.
Candy.
But we're going to explain the meaning behind a few of the more popular ones, and maybe some that you guys haven't heard of. So sit on back here at the Red Eye Report and take a listen. Or if you'd like to watch us live, go to www.theredeyereport.com. Check it out. Teddy's there with his sexy ass. Anyway, go ahead, Oracle. Sorry.
Yeah.
So in 2014, there was this story coming out of Waukesha of a couple 12-year-olds luring they said it was a friend. I don't know how much of a friend of theirs out into the woods, and then stabbing that girl 19 times, in some kind of tribute to Slender Man.
Xbox volume down.
And they were later quoted as saying, "Many people do not believe Slender Man is real. According to the criminal complaint, we wanted to prove the skeptics wrong."
Wow. That's
they
what
just
they
prove
said.
those two fuckers are crazy, though.
They
don't prove shit.
Anything.
And they were.
But when
they
you're
were crazy.
12, you really think it's
right.
These things are true.
When you're 12. Now it's kind of interesting. The origins of Slender Man. So in real life, the story started on a forum called Something Awful, which I checked their site out, and it was pretty cool. I'll put the link up. And basically, it's kind of like a humor site. They have this cool thing on there, which is Photoshop Friday, where they basically give a challenge to the forum users to doctor up a Photoshop picture, to Photoshop something and make hilarious captions or make it, fucking ridiculous or whatever. Well, they had one of these challenges where they said, make the freakiest paranormal pictures, using Photoshop that you can. So that's actually where this Slender Man thing started. So there was this really creepy picture with these children haunted by a tall, shadowy figure with tentacles for arms, and then with blocks of ominous text. We didn't want to go. We didn't want to kill them, but its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time. And then it was accredited 1983 photographer unknown, presumed dead. So anyway.
Wait, where is this picture? Do you have a link to that one?
I don't have a link to that picture right now. So anyway,
you ruined it.
The guy that created it took off, and people basically started to feed into this and started to create like the backstory. And they ended up getting like 194 pages of it, and then it ended up going over to creepypasta. Have you guys ever heard of creepypasta?
No.
I've heard the term. Yeah, is that a website too?
Yeah, so creepypasta is basically kind of like like little micro horror stories, micro fiction. So when Slender Man hit that, there's really a big community of people that just write little fucking short horror stories and feed into this and kind of build the backstory
Build
behind
the
this.
mythos.
Yeah. And basically only a couple years after this started on the forums, people kind of lost sight of where it started. Right. And, news organizations were starting to report on it. And like you were saying, Ashtray, 12-year-old fucking kids are going to absolutely believe this shit. But really, the people that were behind it, it's kind of like a fan fiction kind of, fun little project thing. Hundreds, thousands of people are contributing to this. The mythos behind this is created by thousands and thousands of people, which is how other urban legends have been created in the past. But because of the internet,
it's been faster. It's
way faster.
And that's the thing I was just going to say, like, in our digital world,
right? This
is probably the first real urban legend that was fueled by the internet.
Absolutely. And there are actually people I'm looking at here, there are experts at universities and stuff that have studied this because it really is kind of like modern day fairy tale telling at an accelerated pace, like times
oral storytelling.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing, like the way that these other ones would spread is that you had oral storytellers that would go town to town and tell these tales, and that's fucked up. That's cool.
Now there was another one I've got, and I actually stumbled upon this when we did one of our earlier shows. This was a couple years ago, about like, I think it was like, what was the thing in Siberia? The
Dyatlov Pass.
Yeah, the Dyatlov Pass. And I was looking into like weird Russian experiments or whatever. And have you guys ever heard of something called the Russian sleep experiment?
No.
Mm-mm.
So that's another one that's very much like Slender Man. That was something that one of these short stories that was put on Creepypasta. And it's kind of, it's super graphic, super gory. It's fucking ridiculous. But because of the nature of the internet and because of these communities, and it's like, well, let's build on this thing. So you look up images. There are tons of images. There's websites. There's all this stuff surrounding it. So you lose sight of the source really quickly, and it takes a life of its own on. And there are plenty of people out there asking, like, oh, did this Russian sleep experiment actually happen? Kind of the background behind that. There were, I believe, 5 political prisoners held by the Russians. They were locked in this chamber. And then after like 4 days, they didn't hear anything going on inside, but they could see that the oxygen levels were still normal. And they go in there, and it's the body parts are like clogging the drain, and there's like 4 inches of water, and everybody has disemboweled themselves.
Oh, Jesus.
But it makes total sense that it started from one of these horror forums where you post short fiction, people rate it, it's kind of a really cool community. But it takes on a life beyond that, and it totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's super interesting. I thought these were really interesting. I've got the links in there. Check it out.
Right on. We have and will. So we're going to move on to Ashtray and his favorite pornography snuff film.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I have all these snuff films. Ugh. No, actually, I don't. So I watched an interesting documentary. Was this the one that you recommended to me, Mystic?
The snuff one? Did you actually watch it?
Yeah, Snuff, a documentary about killing on camera.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it only got a 5.5 review on IMDb, but I actually thought it was pretty decent. It talked about, the definition of a snuff film is right here, a motion picture showing the actual murder of a human being that is produced, perpetrated, or perpetrated and distributed solely for the purpose of profit.
Right.
And so that's where this documentary talks about. There's always been these movies like Cannibal Holocaust and stuff like that, where the gore is like pretty graphic, but it is still all staged. Then you've got these gore hounds, they call them, on the internet, who love looking for stuff that is like Faces of Death, where Faces of Death isn't a snuff film technically, because it's just death captured on camera, like security camera footage of some.
I think what they're
guys.
talking about with the snuff film, the what we're talking about more is the act of sex, and then at the end she's killed, or he, or whatever, right?
Right.
So it's more of the pornography. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but
it's in not even always necessarily the pornography as much of like there's a profit motive to distribute this film.
Right.
The closest thing that they talked about was this this guy, Dmitry Kuznetsov, a 30-year-old. This is in 2000, and this is an article in The Guardian. In the Italian police, working with the British and other people, they raided this guy. They got 3,000 videos that were on their way to clients in Italy. Basically, this guy was recording videos of poor Russian kids that he would kidnap and sexually assault and torture, and some of them even kill. And according to this article, like they claim that there was actual like kids being killed in some of these videos.
I'm sure this does exist. This seems a lot more
especially
plausible than any of the other ones.
Especially in the if you think about in some of those, like even African countries, like who's to say Boko Haram isn't fucking making snuff films?
Right, and
they're not making, I guess, profit. They're not
you
like
watched
selling
that whole
them,
movie,
but it
then,
kind
right?
of is snuff. Yes.
So did you see the part where that fucking dude who produced the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where he was talking about that Asian one?
Was that the one where the guy came and presented him this film?
Yeah. There's like
he was
from Thailand or whatever.
Was he the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy? I thought he was the guy who was in the porn industry. Or
Yeah,
is it
he
the
was.
same
But he
dude?
was the original that he produced the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, I did not realize that was the same one.
Yeah, and now he runs a porn distribution
yeah,
business.
this guy, basically has this meeting with some Asian buyer, distributor who's got some, product that they want to sell, and he's this very kind of, like guy in the dark sunglasses with two big Samoans protecting him. And watching this video, he sees this really rough sex scene that then turns to where the guy throws a bag over the woman's head and won't let her get it off. And then the camera tightens in close, and the guy brings a knife in and puts it right in her throat. And but the way the guy told the story, like,
I don't know. His face was pretty fucking.
it was. You could see the emotional, like, of retelling, like what it was like seeing this.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he just immediately got up and just walked away. He said, "I'm sorry, we're not interested," and left.
Right.
And this sounded like it was back in the like 70s or 80s, because he said at the time, there was no special effects that could do that.
Right. Yeah,
so,
it's creepy. The film is really good in that sense. It creeps you out for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the so like this Russian guy, like I'm sure.
Is the film on Netflix?
Actually, I found it in parts on Live Leak. Like they have chunks of it, you can watch it.
You mean you rented it legally?
Yeah, I rented it legally through Live Leak, right. 10 minutes at a time.
All right, yeah, it's snuff films seem like a very plausible urban legend. Now, obviously, like he said, That's the closest that they've come to. But they didn't catch somebody buying them, so they don't know.
Oh no, they've got they said that these British pedophiles are paying like 50 to 100 pounds for his tapes.
Well, then that's confirmed. Then it's not really an urban legend.
Well, the thing here's the interesting thing. Here at the Red Eye Report, we like to dig a little deeper. If you Google British link to snuff videos, The Guardian, this article will come up. But if you start to say the guy's name, this Dmitry Vladimirovich Kuznetsov, you Google his name, and it'll give you the link to this article and almost nothing else. A story of this depravity, why is it not huge?
Right.
And all I digged through all the other links, and all I could find were other websites talking about Snopes talking about snuff films, and the forums where people are like, well, what was the deal with this story? There's no other stories talking about this.
The Guardian is pretty legendary for making shit up too.
The Guardian?
Yeah. I've heard
they're the ones who
Jeremy Clarkson was talking about that shit.
They're the ones who did the WikiLeaks.
Maybe it wasn't The Guardian then. Is there another one that's like that?
You know, The Guardian's got
you're thinking
The Guardian has won Pulitzer Prize. I mean,
okay.
No, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what the fuck they're called though.
Right. Okay. So it's legit then, huh? I mean, the news story probably wasn't made up, is what you're saying.
If you try to find more other stories, it's like there's just kind of this no one else reporting it and no real other solid linking stories, which is very kind of just so keep that in mind, listeners, when
next time when you go to buy your snuff films.
Is someone cover that's the thing, is is someone covering this story up about this? This should be making international news.
Right.
All over the fact. Why is there only one?
We already know that American media doesn't fucking cover shit in Europe. They don't give a fuck. Anyway, so all right, we're gonna move on. We're running on time here. So the next one I kind of looked up is the Killer Clowns from Chicago. Nobody likes clowns. Let's just throw that out there.
I like clowns.
Whatever. Don't be just whatever.
I'm on the fence. I never was frightened by them, but I always thought they're just kind of dumb.
Okay, so anyway, Chicago and the area surrounding Chicago is pretty they have some weird clown shit going on, and only in Chicago. First off, let's talk about John Wayne Gacy, who is also known as the Killer Clown. He was from the Chicago area. He committed a series of killings between 72 and 78, 33 teenage boys and young men. And he dressed like a clown. He didn't kill them when he was a clown, but they really talked about that. Pogo the clown, he was a clown. So it perpetuates in our society. Then in the 80s, there was a series of reported these vans would drive around the city of Chicago and try to lure children into the van around Halloween, and they were dressed as clowns. And then in the 90s, it happened again. In 1991, I found an article from October 11th. It was basically a flood of reports from children all over the city. Reported a man dressed like the TV character Homie the Clown. You guys remember that shit from Living Color? In Living Color?
No.
Teddy, you remember Homie the Clown?
Homie the Clown. Don't
Damon Wayans played it.
Yeah.
And he was just a character in Living Color. It was Homie the Clown. It was pretty funny shit. Anyway, look it up.
Yeah, it was
some other time. But all these different kids around the city reported him almost at within a short amount of time. and they were saying in 91, I mean, Chicago is 8 million people. So they were kind of, the thing is about these sightings right here. It's only the kids that are reporting it. You know what I'm saying? So is it a phenomenon among children that are 8 to 10 to 12 that they hear it once and they think oh, it's okay that I perpetuate this fucking thing that happens because
they've
never
any better.
I seen it.
And they've never caught anybody dressed like this. You know what I'm saying? And there was this other article here that I found in 91 or in 2008. It happened again. All these kids were fucking blah blah blah. They were saying though that now it kind of makes more sense if it did happen now because of the internet and fucking kids that young have phones.
Right.
You know what I mean? So news would travel a lot faster. So yeah, they've never actually caught anybody dressed like clowns trying to lure kids in Chicago. But it's just weird that there's always these every like 10 or so years, there's these weird sightings.
Yeah.
Of clowns being driven around in a fucking van.
It'd be funny if it's like this kind of small, like underground group they normally drink at the VFW, but every like so often they have this night out, like Devil's Night, and they just like we're gonna dress up as clowns and fuck with the kids.
Right, and then there were other reports of clowns dressing up in Bakersfield recently. That were just walking around, but these were like, they were dressed up like fucking clowns and they had like fake weapons and shit. So they were a lot more threatening. I remember the cops were fucking all over that shit. But
now, was that staged? I thought I heard that it was
staged. I'm sure it was.
Where someone took some pictures from a car, like with a clown outside, and then they posted it on Twitter, and it's like, oh, kind of created this like,
but that's,
is this really going on?
That's how fast it grows, man. That's the urban legend. That's crazy. So the second one I looked up was that legend of the guy with the hook, who this couple. Here's the story. The couple is in Lover's Lane, a Lover's Lane, making out. And the girl doesn't want to go all the way. And on the radio in the background, you hear this news report of a psychopath who just escaped from a mental institution. And he has one hook, or a hook is one hand. And the girl doesn't want to go all the way. And the boy gets mad and fucking guns it out of there. And then when they stop at the gas station, he sees the hook hanging on the door. Like they escaped fucking whatever doom from this hook man because they didn't want to fuck. So basically that started in the 50s. Anti-teenage
good old
sex.
abstinence.
Yeah, it was an anti-teenage sex thing.
Absinthe.
Yeah, good old abstinence.
So
that's not good for abstinence.
So what that is based on though, the reason that they did that is in Texarkana, which I guess is an actual place. There was this thing called the Moonlight Murders. Between February 22nd and May 3rd in 1946, there were, 8 people. They attacked 8 people within 10 weeks, 5 of whom were killed. And they were all teenagers that were making out in Lover's Lane. So really this one, sorry, got a little cum in my throat. But really for this one... it really is based on something that like as a society parents don't want their kids to be slaughtered
or slugs,
you know what I mean, while they're making out, fucking whatever. But there was no hook. The guy didn't have a hook. He used a gun. He shot the people. In one case he sodomized a girl with I think it was a flute or something like that. Jeez. And then shot her afterwards. And then another one where he sodomized with the barrel of the gun, which was a
all
357.
the different versions of this?
No, this is the actual murders.
Oh.
So, it was a saxophone. That's what it was.
Saxophone?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you do that?
Beats the fuck out of me, man.
I hope he started with the reed.
Right. Yeah, so it was called
that's ridiculous.
Those are called the Moonlight Murders. The Phantom Killer also is another name for it. But there was a movie, I guess,
Did they find the person who?
No.
Wow.
Jesus, in 1976, a film called The Town That Dreaded Sundown. It was a movie that was made about this killing. And just to show like how urban legends grow. People today think, and these people live in the town of Texarkana. They pointed this out in the documentary, that in the movie, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, that was made about these murders that took place in their town, these people think that this girl was killed by a trombone because the movie said that. when in reality it was a saxophone. And they changed it for dramatic effect so he could like slam her with the slide or whatever.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, for real. That's the reason.
And I can see how that adds to dramatic effect.
Yeah,
right. See, so that's what I'm saying. Like that
made the movie so much better for me.
That's urban legends right there, man. And then
it's like saxophone. That just doesn't make any sense.
Right?
It doesn't make any sense at all.
All right.
Well,
so
it's
then,
the only brass instrument I could find.
sorry, it's actually a woodwind. But
whatever.
So we're gonna move on to check that out. Shit, it's pretty interesting how that one formed and shit. But then Teddy looked up some fucking kidney thieves.
Well, the first one I looked up was the Chilling Discovery, because like that, this was one of the ones I believe that was in that fucking that horrible ass movie. And there's multiple versions of the story. Most of them start out with a college girl studying late, spending a lot of time in the library instead of dorm room, doing a late night of studying. She realized she forgot something in the dorm room, so she decided to make a trip back to get it. When she opened the door, she found the room was dark, but she figured the roommate was asleep or studying. So she decided not to disturb her, and she left the light off and grabbed what she needed and went back. Upon returning to her room, she finds her roommate lying on the floor with a slit throat. But the worst part is the message written in lipstick on the bathroom mirror that reads simply, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" So
that's a good like.
You have to be a mind reader.
It's a little scary paragraph, but I mean, really, did that happen?
No. I couldn't find that. That was the one. I remember I started looking for one that had a.
Man, I kind of want to do it now.
Unless she walked in and she said, "Should I turn the light on?"
I'm gonna
no. How did he know?
But the other one I looked up was the Kidney Thieves, which actually did have a background to it. I mean, everybody's pretty heard about going to a fucking foreign
That's
country.
actually pretty creepy, man. That story you just told.
That you wake up in the bathroom with fucking notes saying go to the hospital, yada 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 yada. Apparently this shit was happening in India.
For real?
Really?
Yeah. And actually in 1998, 3 surgeons and 7 accomplices were arrested after being accused of tricking people into having their kidneys removed without their permission.
What?
Wow.
But how they did it, they would go to these. Yeah, how they did it was they would go to these poor fucking people in India, tell them that they could get a good job, but first they had to go undergo a medical exam. Once they got the medical exam, the applicant would be told that they needed a small surgery, and during the procedure, the doctor will remove one of the unconscious victim's kidneys, and they would hear anything else about the job offer. Yeah.
Boy.
So this shit actually was really happening in India.
This is why we have to keep funding stem cell research so we can just build you a new lung kidney. And we don't have to like fucking take kidneys out of poor people across the other side of the world.
Was that Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? And they wake up, like somebody wakes up having his kidney, like Jay wakes up having his kidney stolen. And, like, the dude from Scooby-Doo is there? Or, like, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you were on when you watched Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but that was not in it.
Yeah, I don't remember that part.
I don't know.
I remember Mark Hamill being Cockknocker. I remember that.
Okay, never mind. Man, I don't know.
Avenge Me, Him Night.
Don't worry, you're drunk at the time. I think there's been a couple comedies that make fun of the kind of waking up in a bathtub full of ice with stitch marks, like
But yeah,
wow.
The kidney thieves, man, don't go to India and fucking get your kidney stolen.
God damn, yeah, right.
Word.
There was a movie about that Dirty Pretty Things. A surgeon who was paid to take organs from poor people. Because if you think about it, like, you can't just have any old person. It's not like the, what do you call that movie we watched, the Genetic Opera?
Yeah.
Or just go in there. Oh, there, check the barcode. Yep, this is the one.
Right. Right on. Well, that's if you guys know of any, put them on our website or facebook.com/the Red Eye Report. If you guys want to check out Teddy playing video games, go to Twitch. Fucking do something. type it in the old internet on the computer.
No, go to the RedEyeReport.com and you'll see the direct.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's on our website. Yeah, go right to our website. Red Eye Report. The RedEyeReport.com. So now we're gonna move on to what's sexy, but before we do, let's take a break.
All right, first night on the job for Facebook. Finally, I can start paying off and get rid of the ITT Technical Institute's loan shark goons. Just gotta babysit the server from 11 to 7 in the morning. That's when some of the best shit is posted. Let's see what idiots are bragging about their awesome/horrible lives tonight. Oh, Stacy's going to the gym again. And nobody fucking cares. Jim's got another selfie with his new girlfriend, who's gonna fuck around on him within 6 months, like the last one. Fuck this shit. Let's see what's new on the Red Eye Reports page. Clown conspiracies. Sounds like an Oracle topic. Hello? Who is this fine floozy ashtray posted? Melissa Debling? Ooh, video links. Just spin a 360 in my chair. No one's around. And now my hand's in my pants. Whoa! Whoa! Shit, my Jamba Juice! That was $1.50 extra for the buckwheat. Fuck! The server just crashed. OMG, OMG, OMG. What do I do? Here, the emergency senior tech on call.
Hello?
Sorry to wake you, sir. Something spilled into the main CPU interface and all the alarms are screaming the server is down. I repeat, the server is down.
Okay. Jesus, calm down. Is your modem plugged in?
What? My modem? Sir, the whole damn server is shutting down. The tweets are off the hook, sir.
Calm down. I need a yes or no answer. Is your modem plugged in?
Yes, it's plugged in. Can't you hear all these alarms going off? The server's down, and the Huffington Post is already bitching about it on the front page.
Okay, calm down. What is the brand of your modem?
Brand? What the fuck? This is the Facebook server third shift tech, and the server is down.
Okay, Facebook brand. All right. Well, you'll have to call the service number on the bottom of the modem and solve the issue with Facebook, obviously.
WTF! This is Facebook! You are Facebook! I am Facebook! Hello? Hello? God damn it, Ashtray!
Man, I can't believe it. Did you guys lived through that Facebook outage the other night, right?
Oh, barely. I didn't think I was going to make it, dude.
Yeah, I know. It was rough. It was rough,
yeah.
like a whole
if I don't know if someone's liking me, I get really insecure.
All right. So now we're moving on to the what's sexy section of the show. Teddy was like, Facebook outage? Pfft. Didn't even know. Anyway, filmmaker Michael Moore tweeted about the movie American Sniper. He basically said, I don't have the actual tweet, what it was, but he said that snipers are cowards. I think he called them. He's like, my grandfather was killed by a sniper. Oh, here it is. My uncle was killed by a sniper in World War II. He was taught that snipers were cowards. We'll shoot you in the back. Snipers aren't heroes, and invaders are worse. So all these people have criticized him, blah, blah, blah. Kid Rock said, fuck you, Michael Moore, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to still be relevant too, just like you.
Right, exactly. So here's the thing. So Michael Moore, instead of apologizing for it, and I've said this before, I think people should own up to what they say. And he did. He said, here's the truth. They can't or won't report. I'm the one who has supported these troops, much more than the bloviators at Fox News. Moore writes before listing the many ways they misinformed in their opinion of him. When Moore's father passed away, he asked that, in lieu of flowers, donations be made to the Veterans for Peace. The filmmaker also refuses to do business with vendors that don't hire vets, sits on the advisory board of the private Bradley Chelsea Manning Support Network, and has donated thousands of dollars to help veterans.
Bradley Chelsea Manning Support? What?
Yeah, that's retarded. Well, it's that Bradley Manning when he got that sex change.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. Chelsea. Chelsea, you gave away all those secrets. Shit, girl.
Right. So basically he said that he I just think that's good that somebody stood up for what they said. I don't necessarily agree with him that I haven't seen the movie. I'm not going to fucking I'm not going to pass judgment before I see it or even know like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I like that he said, you know what, I did say it and fuck you. This is why. So,
I know what's his face Eastwood said that it is an anti-war movie.
Yeah. Right. And it maybe is, you know what I mean? Like that's just I'm not going to judge it yet. You know what I mean? But, I don't agree that snipers are cowards. I think they're a necessary part of war, and it's unfortunate that people have to do it. But
yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I hear it doesn't even address how he died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you remember, he's the one who was shot by that
gun
vet.
range or whatever. Right?
Yeah, he had this thing after he came back trying to help vets with PTSD. And the mother of this vet, who's kind of off his rocker, asked him for help. They took him out to a gun range, and apparently he shot him in the back.
Wow.
Shot Chris Kyle, I believe the guy's name is, who's the #1 American sniper, or the one with the most confirmed kills.
You're the #1 American sniper. Anyway, all right.
I'll shoot you in back.
I just think that's cool that he stood up. We're going to move on to game reviews, Oracle.
Yeah, so I'm starting to do these game reviews. We're starting to get in it. If you guys have listened to the show at all, you'll know that we play a lot of games here. We've got the new live
and not just grab ass.
Yeah, we got the Twitch stream on our website, and I've been doing a few game reviews. I just reviewed Shadow Warrior for PC. It's also out for the consoles. So check that out on YouTube. I'll have the link up on there. And we're going to be doing that some more. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it, and we kind of do it with the Red Eye Report, the way we do the show. So if you like the show, you'll like the reviews, because we don't give a fuck on the reviews either.
Unless you hate video games.
We'll have a pocket full of fucks, and we won't give any of them. They're all
whole pocket.
Ourselves.
Whole pocket.
We're stingy with our fucks.
All right. Yeah, check them out. We're branching out. Fucking building an empire. Damn. Sure. All right, Valiant Hearts, Ashtray.
All right, Valiant Hearts.
Well, you talking about the game Valiant Hearts?
Yes. Have you played it?
I downloaded it. It didn't keep my attention for too long. I'm not a big fan of those. I'm not a big fan of one of those fucking, sit there and choose something games. I'm not,
It's a puzzle. Yeah, it's an adventure puzzle game. It's simplistic, but it's got a really great style of art. It's made by Ubisoft.
Real pretty, yeah.
And it's all about, it's these 4 characters and their interwoven stories during the First World War. And, Ashtray's got a boner for the First World War lately. So,
God damn.
He had to share this one. And it's roughly over all the review sites, it's getting about 80%. It's kind of got a really interesting, the art's great, and the characters kind of have this this funny, like, what do you call it? Charlie Brown, like Peanuts, kind of people are talking, but it'll be either in like a German, like or like the French.
Yeah, it is.
But it's just a fun puzzle game, and it was on sale for $5 on Xbox Arcade. So I recommend it. Check it out. Valiant Hearts: The Great War.
Word. All right, Teddy, free ESO.
Well, what sexist ashtrays been playing more video games lately?
Huh.
That's right. I'm trying.
So yeah, that didn't mean you could talk though, buddy. All right. Just giving you some props, homie. Just giving you some props, bruh. But Elder Scrolls Online. Anybody who played Skyrim who's heard about ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, but they use the acronym ESO. People were curious about the if it was going to be free to play or if you're going to have to pay a monthly subscription, because you do now pay a monthly subscription. The game was actually released April 4th, I believe, last year for PC. But it's coming to the next gen consoles, Xbox One and the PS4. And there's been a lot of bitching online about it, because if you do have an Xbox One or an Xbox 360 or a PS4, you do have to pay extra for the online on top of paying for the online fee. But they announced on the 21st that they are not going to, it's going to be free to play. They are still going to have a free premium. Not a free premium. They're still going to have a premium version if you want to buy it for a monthly subscription, and it'll give you like.
Does that come with your own polyester cape made in China?
Hopefully. Hopefully. I don't know what a polyester cape made in China is.
Those extra special edition games where it comes with some
ridiculous
stupid
shit.
extra ridiculous.
Hey, look, there was a while. Helmet. There was one where fucking Call of Duty came with some fucking night vision goggles.
Yeah, night vision. I know a dude who got that shit.
Yeah, I would have fucking that shit sold out in like 15 minutes because I didn't know they were giving night vision goggles, or I would have fucking bought the premium version.
Damn. Yeah, that's fucked up.
But yeah, so it's gonna be free, and a lot more people are gonna get it now.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Word. All right, now it's time to move on to the Netflix movie review. And before we do, make sure you go to our facebook.com/The Red Eye Report or our website, theredeyereport.com. You can actually watch Teddy's feed live Wednesdays, usually about midnight when we record, or you can just listen to the show like normal people. But Blue in the Face. Unfortunately, I didn't watch it.
You lazy son of a bitch.
Because I was doing homework. So
if you watch Smoke, then you've seen it.
Fucking Obama. Oh, really? Is that basically what it is?
Well, I mean,
it was Oracle's pick, so we'll
characters.
let him start out. Go ahead.
It's different.
I picked this because we did do Smoke, the movie Smoke, probably 2 months ago or whatever. And it was really kind of I felt, and I think we all gave it a pretty high rating. It was just a really exceptionally done film.
Yeah.
So this, I saw that it was made by this Paul Auster, Wayne Wang, and it has a lot of the same characters, along with some famous Hollywood actors.
The whole same environment, store. And
yeah.
everything.
So,
it is the same. It's set with
in
the same characters
shop.
as a Smoke.
I mean, of course, it doesn't have a few of the main characters from the Smoke, but it brings in kind of these other cameos, I guess I would call it.
Yeah.
And
Jim Jarmusch is in it.
Yeah,
great,
and
great
it's really.
I am gonna
Fox
watch this.
There's a lot of great people.
Yeah,
awesome.
And so basically, what it is so it centers around this little smoke shop or whatever in New York, and Augie,
Brooklyn,
which is in New York, and Augie.
Yeah, but no, they keep talking about Brooklyn in the movie.
Right.
Yes, it is.
And around Augie specifically, who's like one of my favorite characters from any movie. I would say Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
And basically, these people come into his shop, and it's these interactions. And from what I can tell, is these different actors worked with the directors in kind of coming up with these skits that they do, and they're just very genuine. And one thing that I really liked about Smoke is that there's no frills. It's all about the actors, and it's all about acting, and you have a lot of static shots where the camera is just there, and you're pretty much observing what's going on. And Blue in the Face is very much, it's even more like a voyeurism.
Is it
type.
the same director?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very much, it's like kind of like you're sitting in the room you're sitting outside the shop watching Michael J. Fox with his fucking Daisy Dukes and watching these
Blazer, bro.
Very genuine conversations, and they're funny, they're interesting. I really like this. It's out of the box. It does have a little bit of a loose kind of plot.
Yeah,
really,
it was much more loose.
Yeah.
But you could tell, like, there are just some parts of the scenes, because they were such long static shots, where they, maybe edited a little gap out here or there. But in generally, like, it was, you're right, like, very genuine type conversation between the characters.
The synopsis said that it was improv, but I mean, they didn't say. I liked it because they didn't seem like they were acting. It seemed like you said, very genuine.
Yeah.
Like you said, like we were literally sitting in a room, like just fucking. This is like hanging out in this fucking smoke shop, just watching shit go down in Brooklyn.
It was really cool
awesome.
Because these you don't get to see in a lot of today's films. You don't really get to see actors act. A lot of it is fucking visual.
Just come on. Just like robots.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. Cue robot sounds. Cue fucking whatever.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah. This doesn't have any of that, and it's just so good and it's so interesting. I will give this 4.25. I think, actually, honestly, I don't think it would matter if you watch Smoke before this or watch Smoke after this. I think you definitely would want to watch both of them.
Yeah, I would say
you'll get more of a story out of Smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a kind of linear story, but there still is kind of a story in this too.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite scene, I guess, would have to be when Michael J. Fox, that skit where he's just asking the questions and he's like, "Would you eat a bowl of shit?"
How much
would it cost? And it was these. I don't know. It was just awesome. It was really great. I loved it. It was really awesome.
Right on. So, Ashtray, what'd you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4. Really enjoyed it as well, and I think my favorite scene was, I didn't realize it till the end credits, but that Lou Reed was in the film, and he was the guy with the big glasses.
Yeah.
When the cigarette, smoking behind the counter, and just kind of rambling on slowly about his life and how he's like, how much he hated living in Brooklyn. And I hated it for 13 years until I moved to, what was it, Long Island. Which is even a worse hell. So I moved back. But he's very like kind of a slow Lou Reed character with these big frame glasses, and there's this even part where he talks about these patented glasses he has.
Yeah.
Right on. What'd you give it?
A 4.
4. All right. So Teddy.
All right. Well, my favorite scene was gonna be the Michael J. Fox fucking scene, but I guess it would have to be
your favorite one.
Well, no, it'll have to be 2 scenes. Then it would the Malik Yoba scenes. The brother who came in with the watches at first, and then the second time he came in with a white suit, talking about he had the Cuban cigars for sale at the end.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 favorites. Those are my 2 favorite scenes. The interactions with him, because it actually showed the Italian guy who was Italian, Fonzarelli, whatever his last name was, can't remember. Then he was, I'm from Bed-Stuy, do or die, and he was like, "You're not black, and because you're hanging over here in this part of the Bronx, part of Brooklyn and stuff." And then he picks up the guitar, starts playing shit, and it was nice. I like that little scene.
Yeah, that was cool.
The movie, the synopsis said it was like a documentary, like a mockumentary or whatever, of while making smoke, just impromptu scenes and everything else. I fucking love this movie. I'll give the movie a 5. It was fucking. I would say not to watch Smoke. I would say watch this first and then watch Smoke. The people he interviewed, the crazy scene where he was gonna sell the shop and then he fucking sees
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie has a talk with Jackie Robinson and shit. And then, the fucking 10. How many Jewish people are in the borough? How many black people, white people, Hispanics? The facts they had.
That reminded me almost of. Did that seem like a Do the Right Thing kind of? Didn't they have kind of straight on shots in that movie? Spike Lee's.
So fucking long since I watched it. Right.
Anyways, go on. Sorry.
But it was a great movie. I'd say you should watch it, Mystic. If you like Smoke, you'll fucking love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Rolling Stone gave this a 25 out of 100.
What?
Yeah. Peter
It's because
Travers.
people of the Rolling Stone are fucking cunts.
What a bold
the
notion
first scene
for a
alone.
movie, and what a bust in terms of execution.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever. The first scene alone is like I'm watching this fucking movie where the fucking kid snatches the purse.
Oh yeah.
Just fucking here, it's yours. Take it. Just go. Just fucking go. This is bitch out.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
All
Yeah,
right.
Roger Ebert gave it a shitty review. 63. Some of the bits work and others don't.
I don't like Ebert either.
No one seems to be keeping score, and that's part of the movie's charm. That's true. I agree with that statement.
All right. Well, next week we're watching The Interview. It's my pick. It's that new movie about Kim Jong-un, Supreme Leader, North Korea. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna check that out. Check it out if you haven't. It's got some funny parts, and his dick smells like guacamole. But we're gonna move on to Ask the Idiot. And first question is from Ann Hath from Columbus, Ohio, for Ashtray. What does it take to be one of the girls tied to your bed?
What does it take? Oh God. Let's see. Jeez. Well, you got to at least have your own vehicle so you can take care of yourself in the morning to get home.
Wow.
Because I sleep in.
Just tell the truth. Just call your family. You're never gonna see him again. You're never going home. Just tell them the fucking truth.
Yeah, man. Don't get their hopes all up and shit.
I mean, really.
Oh, I don't have that much space in the house, boys.
That's what you got the freezer for, bro. Remember?
That's why you chop them up.
Oh,
dump
that's
'em
why
in
I got
waterways,
that.
Different waterways.
My roommate just got one of those Super Fruit Ninja blenders in the. Just puree them and down the drain.
Oh,
Nice.
my God. All right, we're done with
Just
this
feed them to the cats.
Yeah.
Wow. All right,
This is
that's
getting real
fucked
big.
up, guys. Come on. What if this actually happens, Ashtray?
You planted this.
Evidence.
Well, what's more
Evidence.
fucked up? Me having a girl tied in my bed or putting him in a blender?
Probably putting them in a blender.
There we go.
I mean, wow. All right. Question 2 from Chris Hard, Detroit, Michigan. Oh, it's for Oracle. Why for you be hassling my nigga Teddy about his coke, brah?
Because it's Coke.
Great answer. Done right there.
Said, boom.
Because it's coke.
What kind of a
Enough said.
stupid fucking question is that?
Question.
It's like a.
Oh my god.
Oracle always has to yell it too when he says it.
Right? Let's go.
Oh my god.
Jimmy Crack Corn, Omaha, Nebraska. It's for nobody. It just says fuck a duck. So
Fuck a duck.
apparently that one got through the moderator this week because that's not even a fucking question. All right, so we're gonna move on to fuck what you think.
Isn't Mitch moderating?
Yeah, goddamn it, Mitch. Ashtray, Bolt House Farms.
God, fucking Bullhouse Farms. So, trying to make sure I get some good nutrients and whatnot. I like to drink the Bolt House Farm juices. They make like the Sea Boost, which is like full of mangoes and has 1,200% of your daily value of vitamin C.
Jesus.
For good when you're feeling a little sick.
When you said Sea Boost, I thought you meant CSEA Boost, like it had algae and shit in it.
No, this one's like
Seaweed and
half of them are like just fruit purees like Berry Boost and stuff like that.
I've had
Pretty
the
good.
Sea Boost save me a couple times.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's pretty tasty. Anyways, this new one I saw, Daily Roots, and I'm like, it's got beets and carrots and sweet potatoes, and it's like, well, it's got a good mix of stuff, but god damn it, I'm like, this probably isn't going to be the best. I mean, it's probably going to taste healthy, which it did. It tasted healthy, and it wasn't horrible. But what was the worst part was that it's so purple from the beets. And literally within, I don't know, maybe 3 hours of drinking it, that red went all the way through my system, right into a straight evacuation of the colon. And I thought I had blood in my stool. It was so dark. I'm like, Jesus Christ. When I got up to investigate, it was more purple than red.
Yeah, I mean, if you stretch and lube up, you shouldn't be bleeding. So, I mean,
exactly. But they always say your stool is black. You're bleeding internally.
All right. Yeah, all right.
That's why I always check.
And that's why I just drink fucking Hawaiian Punch. Anyway, we're going to move on to my fuck what you think, and that's NFL Media Day. I think it's kind of ridiculous that it's in contracts that NFL players need to make themselves available for the media who just ask stupid questions. I'm sure a bunch of Tom Brady's questions were, so do your wife and you wear matching pajamas? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? That makes no sense. That's maybe a little too far-fetched, but Marshawn Lynch, who is notorious for not talking to the media, has been fined for it. For 4 minutes and 51 seconds. 29 questions were asked of him during media day. Yesterday? Yeah, it was Tuesday. And one answer was given, and that's, I'm just here so I don't get fined, which I think is fucking brilliant. That's awesome. I don't like the Seahawks, but that's funny as shit, in my opinion. And now I haven't read up on it, but apparently the NFL wants to fine him for his hat. Maybe it wasn't like an official hat that they were supposed to wear. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure it's another fucking stupid shit that the NFL's doing. Fucking hate the NFL. I love football. That's all I want to say. Who are we moving on to?
I love football, but fuck the
that's
NFL.
Benedict Cumberbatch, the fucking racist.
Fucking racist fuck. All right. So, Benedict Cumberbatch, which...
with a name like that.
You're gonna be a racist.
Yeah.
So he was recently on Tavis Smiley. And they were actually talking about inequality in film in Hollywood in the UK, and he was explaining that there are more opportunities for black actors in Hollywood than the UK. So he ended up saying that they were colored. That there were more...
So he said what like a 70-year-old dude would say.
Yeah,
what was the quote, though?
So, fuck.
He said the term colored is now...
it.
Or no, that's not what he said.
Yeah.
I think as far as colored actors go, it gets really difficult in the UK. And a lot of my friends have had opportunities here in the US than in the UK, and that's something that needs to change.
Right. Okay, so he was talking about this, but then he uses this kind of outdated statement. But then, of course, right away, you know...
I'm not racist. I love my niggas.
Yeah, just this insane fucking, just bashing, this guy fucking... racist fuck. And his buddy, one of his actor buddies, the guy that was in that Martin Luther King movie, he's just like, whoa, he made a statement. He's just like, this is ridiculous. And
he is Tavis Smiley black?
Yeah.
He is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so his buddy, this David Oyelowo, he was the guy that was in the Martin Luther King. But anyway, he said
foreign languages.
To attack him for a term as opposed to what he was actually saying, I think is very disingenuous and is indicative of the age we live in, where people are looking for sound bites as opposed to substance, which I think nails it.
Yeah, that is perfect.
But it's just like we're just looking for targets.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is it isn't like he was like, I'm going to read the sentence, two different terms or two different words. I think as far as colored actors go, it gets really difficult in the UK. I think as far as nigger actors go, it gets really difficult in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Colored just doesn't really seem that bad. I don't understand. I mean, why it's no different than saying black.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he dropped the N-bomb. Like he was like,
right.
I think fucking niggers just have it better over there. You know, like, what? Like,
and I think the thing that pissed me off is the BBC, they had a specialist or whatever. He's like, well, looks like this is really bad timing because he is up for an Oscar. And, it looks like his competitors just got a voting boost, because of this.
That shouldn't affect his performance in anything whatsoever.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous.
But the way this works, if he wins, this is going to be, racist fuck.
Yeah.
Especially with the bitch and they've been
because there's only 80% of the voting people are white.
Yeah. Well, if he wins, what it's going to be is, there wasn't enough black films out there to take him down, and that's racist in itself.
The thing, these groups, the only reason or the only way they can exist and, be represented, relevant is by making the biggest fuss that they possibly can.
Yeah, over just retarded shit.
Right. That's the only way they can be relevant, and ultimately that's the only way people are getting their paychecks for these organizations.
Right, yeah. That's true.
It's kind of like just a cycle.
Capitalism at its finest.
Right. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is kind of. All right, well, on to just a pile of shit. I don't even know. Go ahead, Teddy. Explain this fucking thing.
So, I guess it was not really a recent trend. They've been doing this for years. Trend of Hollywood not being able to come up with their own goddamn ideas. They are going to reboot one of my favorite couple of movies. And even though the part 2 was pretty much shit, it was still a good movie.
It was a decent trilogy.
Yeah, trilogy. No, there wasn't a third one. Only two Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay. It was a decent. Oh, I was thinking that game. I remember that game came out and it was supposed to be like a.
It was supposed to be part. Yeah, it's supposed to be like part 3. They said if you wanted to see part 3, then play the game.
They always do shit like that, and then they redact it when the studios are like, "Well, we're gonna make the movie."
Yeah. Right. So, okay. So yeah. So what are they doing? Now?
So they're rebooting fucking the Ghostbusters movie. And they're doing it with an all-female cast. Now, I'm not sexist. I'm not saying that it's a bad it's a bad idea.
Sexist fuck.
Well, that the women doesn't bother me.
The women
ladies can't.
It's the fact that they're remaking
Ghostbusters.
A film that just doesn't need to be remade. It's just fine.
It's going to be Jenny McCarthy, who's the fat chick, the fat chick.
She's
she's the chick that played in Tammy.
Mike and Molly.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
I thought it was the woman, the former playmate who has the autistic son. What's her name?
Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy. Yeah.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy is the big chick.
Oh, Melissa. Okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be her, some black chick, and a couple of white chicks.
It's basically the cast of Bridesmaids with a black chick.
The black chick, yeah.
Nice, fighting ghosts.
And it's the same director too, Paul Feig.
Fighting ghosts, yeah.
His name's Feig, which Feig, which is weird, I guess. I mean, not weird if you're gay and make fucking shitty movies like this, but weird nonetheless.
Yeah, so that's I
wonder if they'll do.
Dude, I can't even imagine. how shitty this is gonna be.
It'll have to be something like it'll have to take place in fucking Hollywood or something.
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
City.
Which
You know,
is
where it's like,
ridiculous.
well, we're gonna have our own little branch.
That was the
Ghostbusters.
charm of the movie, because the thing is, they can't do that. The thing is the charm of the movie was that New York was so fucking negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the.
That's why there was the ghost.
Well, that and they stopped being so. Remember at the end with the fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray, the next
Like,
time
he was
somebody
growing
your
because
guy.
the city was so fucking negative. And in the second one too, they drew off of that with fucking
the fucking goof.
Well, Hollywood
is his name.
Be fucking negative. L.A.
Vigo, yeah. Yeah, I guess, but or like they'll make it like Las Vegas or some stupid shit like that.
Right.
The thing is why can't kids just watch the movie? Like, I've tried to show my kids that movie, they fucking don't want to watch that shit.
Just because
You know what I mean?
older.
Because because the effects are fucking shit. Like, comparatively,
It's not
they're
that
pretty shitty.
bad.
No, they're
It's
not
funny,
bad
though, how,
to
like-
us. To a kid who's seen fucking Transformers and only Transformers, those effects fucking suck. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to
Um,
us, we're like, no, that's not bad because we've seen Star Wars. You know, we're like,
That shit's awesome.
you know what I mean?
And yeah, like, and then you think too of some of the old black and white, like really old films. Sometimes it's hard to sit and watch to
would
get in
you
the
watch
mood.
Nosferatu, like, or fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit from 1929.
Yeah, there's like,
Silent movies. No.
especially not the silent ones. Fuck no,
Well, I mean, that's the same. You know,
can't read.
Well, are we equating Nosferatu to fucking Ghostbusters?
But I'm saying,
I mean,
okay,
it can't
okay.
be that
No,
bad
but-
to the
but we're
kids.
talking about
Here's the deal. Would you
how
rather
your
watch
kids
Citizen Kane, which at the time was the best movie out there? You know what I'm saying? The best effects. Or would you
Absolutely.
rather watch Ghostbusters, which is about the same time period?
Ghostbusters.
That's what I'm saying. It's all about the generation. They're trying to capture another generation with Ghostbusters. They're trying to
Yeah.
make money off of it.
Right.
But the point is that, oh, we can do so many more effects now. Fucking
Right.
so what? Have another idea. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's, I guess that's what Teddy's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they
hope.
could have a friendly ghost, like a house of ghosts, and then there's a friendly one
Yeah, that's
that
never
befriends the kid.
ever. Yeah.
And it's
They can
named
call it Jasper.
Jasper.
Jasper the friendly ghost.
Jasper the friendly ghost.
It's like
Jasper
set in Pasadena. They could spell his name. It'll be Gasper. Jasper.
It's so retarded.
It is awesome. Which leads me to the in all seriousness. I think we need to stop this gullibility that seems to be running through our society. I mean, let's be a little smarter about shit. And that's just a generalized statement. We really need to be smarter about things we do, people we elect, shit like that. If we stop and think about things before believing them or acting on them, I think the world can be saved. I really do. Except for Ashtray. He's definitely going to hell.
Oh no.
So that's our show, I guess.
I'm stopping at White Castle before I get
Make
out.
sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com. Subscribe or facebook.com/The Red Eye Report. Check out Teddy's feed, Teddy Bear Terror, twitch.tv. Like us, share us, or fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm Mystic.
I'm Oracle.
Ashtray.
And I'm Gary Busey.
And this is The Red Eye Report.
Have y'all seen the new fucking commercial he's got for the
Yes. Yes.
Was that the one with the seashell?
fucking? Yeah.
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 Seashell
One of
doesn't
these things. Yeah.
Amazon fire. The other one is a seashell. Whoa!
Yeah, dude. He's
He's trying to plug a seashell into the fucking USB.
Seashell.
That's awesome, though.